Here. All right. I was moving too fast. Hi, AAH Radio. If you didn't hear me, I hope you hear me now. YouTube, thank you to my subscribers. Mi amores. Hello, how are you? What you doing today? This beautiful Saturday. Um, basically, let me see if I can get some light here. Basically, I chose this topic today. Please like, subscribe, and let's see. Is this lighting better? Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and share if you want to, but liking and subscribing is free. So is sharing, actually. And watch and download the app on IAAH Radio Plus to tune in on Saturdays, along with YouTube for Know Your Truth Real Talk. Next week, I will be doing On Legal Matters. I'll tell you at the end of this show what that's about. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait for that one. It's going to be, I'm changing up the On Legal Matters to actually like on a personal level. Like I'll bring in the laws and then I'll bring in content that's actually happening out there that I've seen in the courts system and let you know how that works out with the laws. So I'm going to combine them together, real life and real facts of the law, law of evidence, blah, blah, blah. But let's get back to Know Your Truth Real Talk. All right, guys, how are you out there? IAAH Radio. Hello, how are you? How is everyone? All those DJs, go check them out. They're great. The music is great. Best DJs in music on IAAH Radio. Check in IAAH Radio Plus for me, Judge Desire Finale, on Know Your Truth Real Talk. So I decided to do this content this week. And the reason why I decided to do this content was because we go through a lot in life. And sometimes we wonder, why does it happen to me? Because I see things a lot and it's happened to me before. Like I learned how to change that and I'm going to show you how. Because karma is real. Let me just put it out there. It is definitely real. What? Okay, thank you. And whether it's good or bad, you make that choice. So the title today is Good Karma, Bad Karma. Which one do you choose? Which is really important because, doing good or evil will be returned to you in some way or form, right? So if it doesn't matter, I'm just going to say some people don't believe in karma. Karma is God or the universe giving you back whatever you decide to put into it, good or bad. So believe that, whether it be in relationships, business, or our everyday lives, in the long run, it's up to you. So this title today is to you make the choice on that. But I wanted to bring it to you because a lot of people don't talk about important things on YouTube and discuss stuff that really matters. There are some good people, but most things are foolishness, and those are the ones getting the views. And I think that's making us more foolish here. But that's on you. I like entertainment, but foolishness is I don't spend my time. I don't like or share things that don't help other people creatively or mentally, giving them knowledge, power, and empowering them. I don't see how people like those type of things. But you know what? We have been coming dumbed down. So it's acceptable to a lot of people just to say, okay, I like listening to this foolishness all day. Let's just say for hypothetically, but not really, because a lot of people do. So I don't take my channel foolishly because I like to bring out empowerment, self-improvement, self-care, self-love. I had to learn these things and I don't mind bringing it to you. It's the way I've done it. It doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just that it helped me a lot. So I wanted to bring it to my channel to help others. I think that's more important than spending time on foolishness and things that really isn't going to matter later on. And it really doesn't matter today, but you're not going to know that until you wake up. So with that being said, it's really up to you, and it's universal law and biblical law that you will reap what you sow. So being that said, karma is at work in how we treat others, how they respond to us, and the kind of relationships we attract and maintain, right? Let's look at some examples of karma. All right. So I decided to put together some good examples of karma. Good karma in relationships. All right, we'll start there. That creates trust, respect, and long lasting bonds with emotional safety. And what you get in return is priceless. Okay, that's good. So we're going to put out those good karma. I love good vibes. I love to start with good vibes. So kindness returned is when you speak gently and respectfully, even during disagreement. That's what it's called. Kindness return, return kind. We return kindness, even when people don't, right? Because that's really important. Even through disagreements, we should respect one another because in return, others will feel safe and respond to you with the same, which makes it important. So, what I'm gonna bring here is karma is what you get in return. So when I say in return, that's what you receive. Okay. Honesty, that equals trust. Tell the truth even when uncomfortable. Yeah, it's really important to do that. I had to learn that because when I was young, I don't even remember if I told the truth a lot because all of us are human, right? But I changed those days around for me. It's like, why not be real? I don't like, this way a person sees you for who you are. They expect you for that person, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, partnership in business, personal relationship. This way, the person can say, like, I can't date someone like you. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I don't have nothing to hide and be a liar, a cheat, a snitch, someone that's going to lie, cheat, and try to control a situation in a relationship and know at the end that you're a liar and it falls apart anyway, because that's called karma. So kindness is really, and honesty and trust is really important. Tell the truth even when uncomfortable. In return, people learn that they can rely on your word. Who wouldn't want that for their lives? I mean, come on. We're not going to stay there and say, well, I don't really like that. I prefer to lie. And if you do, okay, then this channel is not for you. That's negativity. That's bad karma. Whether you believe in it or not, you believe in the biblical sense or not, you reap what you sow. It's the same as karma going back, whether it's good or bad. And also, forgiveness is really important because forgiveness equals peace. Peace that let go, like letting go of grudges. Forgiveness is like you could forgive someone and tell them you forgive them and then leave them alone, or not tell them you forgive them, but you do and you leave them alone anyway, or you could still communicate. It depends on you. It's what kind of forgiveness you're willing to give. Forgiveness is all the same as long as you do so. How you forgive is different for everyone. So whatever you choose to do is up to you. But forgiveness is really important in order to move and have a breakthrough in karma, good karma anyway. Because it gives you peace. You let go of grudges. In return, relationships improve and emotional tensions dissolves. So that's a good plus plus, right? So people wonder nowadays why your relationships don't work and stuff like that, because you can't forgive other people, other partners you were with, or whatever, or that person. And that's one of the things you do. It doesn't mean that you have to continue to communicate depending on the betrayal. If there was a betrayal, a lie, and it's multiple, then I would just forgive from afar. If it wasn't that bad, then you have an opportunity to say what you feel, stay friends, or get back and reconcile. It's up to you. You make that choice in your life, but good karma is always going to beat the bad karma. That's what I wanted to bring here. Yes, people, it surely will. Loyalty and support. Again, I'm going through the good karma in case some people just came in that wants to listen to this on IAAH Plus or on YouTube, me live right now. And so we're talking about good karma and how great good karma can do for you before we get into the bad karma. Loyalty and support equals strong bonds, like standing by people in their hard times. I've done that for people, and believe me, don't look at what they do to you, because I've stood by people in hard times, because we all go there. No one's exempt from that. And I tell you, those same people, they don't even call me, see how I'm doing. They never even really said, they said thank you at the moment. And that was it. I had to even ask for my money back. Can you return the monies I helped you with? I helped pay your car payment. I did this. I put your cell phone back on, little things like that. I've done this in the past, and I know most of you who are kind hearted did too. Don't be mad and let that hurt you and who you are, because it did for me. And it wasn't worth it, because today they're not even my friends anyway. So, sometimes we're just going to have to take a loss, even so. And that would be your lesson, to take that loss and not even go and ask. If you have to ask more than one time, they didn't had no intentions of giving it back to you. So this is what I'm talking about: loyalty and support, strong bonds. Like when people stand on hard times and you help them out and they don't worry about that. Still help those out you need to. In return, they will show up for you or someone will. That's how the universe works. That's how God works. It's around, it's a return thing. So as long as we remember that, whenever you're doing something in our daily lives on a daily basis, think in your mind, not only what would Jesus do, because we know we hear that quote all the time, WJ D, what would WWJD, but those who don't believe in that, what would the universe do? What do you believe in? What I believe in is the real deal. So Jesus Christ and the universe. So therefore, for me, this is important that I set off good vibes and that I strongly believe in doing good and the best I can. But I am human, so I would sit back like I'm telling you and say, okay, during hard times, are you going to show up for this person or not? Now, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But if you have it and you don't want to, it's okay. Because if this person failed you before, but if they never failed you before and you know it's true that they really needed it, would you help them or would you not? You know, that's karma too. Well, your judgment is your judgment. What happened? Channel live. Oh, thank you for that. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. My moderator, you rock. My hubby, of course. I wouldn't trust anyone else. Anyway, so that's on loyalty and support. So strong bonds actually in return bring you people that will help you, whether you know them or not. The universe, God, they'll send a person to you that will need you at a time, even if you don't mention that you're in need of help. It'll be sent to you because you put that out there. You put the good karma out there. So there's no reason it wouldn't come back. It may not look like it's coming back. Sometimes it's all about divine timing and respect. Respect equals respect return, right? We always want respect returned somehow, some way. Um, if you're not getting that respect return, walk away. That's all I gotta say. Don't disrespect because I learned to do that too. Stop, not disrespect. Just if someone can't respect you, there's no reason for you to have any conversations or communication, anything with that person. So respect is equal respect return. You respect boundaries, opinions, and feelings of others. In return, they will treat you the same. It's really that easy. It's not that bad, right? Now we're going on to bad karma in relationships. So we started with relationships on good karma, and now we're going into bad karma in relationships. I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge. Come check me out every Saturday at 3 here, and let's move on YouTube and IAAH. Plus, download that app, guys, if you're on the road and you want to listen to some of my Know Your Truth Real Talk. And I wish there was a way that the radio can actually interact with me, but at this time, no. We'll see. You never know, right? Oh, you shouldn't be doing that while you're driving anyway. All right, let's move on to bad karma in relationships. Bad karma destroys trust, attracts conflict, and creates repeating patterns of pain. We've all been there. And anyone that says they haven't, you're lying to yourself. So, you continue that lie because everyone has to learn a lesson here. So that means that we have gone through one or more multiple of these things I'm saying in my other videos too. Go check them out. I have all types of relationships. They may not be on key to you, but it might something in there might spark to you and say, oh shoot, that me too. Let me see what she did, or let me see what someone else did. Because I don't just do my experiences only. Like I said, I base my channel and content on experiences, life experiences, world experiences, work experiences, since I work in a entity that is like there's no one that hasn't passed through there at least once, even for jury duty. So it's a relationship type of entity that I'm gonna see everything you've done right here in the courtroom. So that is really something that's on a personal level. It's public in some instances that you can get cases that are public and some that are not. But I get to see it all in person. So I bring it to you and I put it and wrap it up and I put it in content so that we can teach each other what we need to let go and what we can keep. But that's on you. What I keep and let go is going to be different from what you do. So let's go to what happens with when you do bad karma. If anyone's just joining, we're now on bad karma in relationships. We just finished good karma. If you want to rewind that tape, if you want to replay that tune on IAAH radio. All right, so bad karma creates repair. We always repeat bad patterns over and over again because of the pain. So lying is one of the bad karmas in relationships. And when you do that, you lying and distrust. That equals that you hide the truth. Like I was just saying, in return, your relationships weaken or they collapse. And you're wondering why? Because you keep up with that lie. Then there's a manipulation part of the relationship in bad karma. Manipulation equals broken bonds. You guilt trip, emotionally controlling, or gaslight someone. They, in return, eventually leave or deeply resent you. So you're going to get the karma regardless. You may think you're not, that's going to be in divine timing and it's going to happen back to you what you've done to other people. So is it safe to do bad karma, or is it safe to just say, you know what, I'm going to stay safe and do what I need to do here so I learn the lesson and move upward and forward and not backwards and under. Selfish behavior equals loneliness. That's true. I mean, people that are selfish, do you see them ever with a lot of crowd of people around them if they're not giving? And when we say giving, please, gold diggers, I'm not talking about you taking their money and they're giving it to you or whichever way, vice versa. I'm talking about selfish behavior. That is a selfish behavior when you're a gold digger anyway, because you want to take from other people. But it equals loneliness. You're alone. You got to be. That's short lived. So you can take from people as long as you want, but it's short lived. You always putting your needs first is short lived. In return, people stop giving, they'll stop trying, and they'll distance themselves. And then you'll be on your own, and you wouldn't even be able to find that pot of gold because you're not doing it the right way. You should find the pot of gold within yourself and stop being selfish and looking for either men to do it for you or women to do it for you. That's not where it is. That's selfish behavior. This is just an example of selfish behavior. I just wanted to say to all those gold diggers, whether it be female or male out there. Yeah, that's selfishness. Go get your own. Go find your own. Aren't you good enough to be able to do so? Or you need to put your hands in everybody's pockets for the rest of your life? Go get a job. Go make yourself somebody to I don't know. I just know that that is selfish when you think and feel that you must be um have somebody by your side to take from them all the time. I don't care if it's family, partnerships, and business or a personal relationship. It's not right. It's selfish. Go work for yourself. Go get something for yourself. Do it for yourself. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. You're gonna survive. Yeah, you can, but your lesson's gonna be taught to you. You are not going to get away with it. It's just called bad karma. All right. Anger and verbal abuse equals fair. You lash out, criticize, or belittle others. I've seen that a lot. I'm sure those same people were talking about me or you. So be careful with that when you're in a crowd of people and your circle is always talking about other people. Who wants to hang around with people like that? I sure don't. I changed my narrative. I'm like, no. I'd rather go to lunch on my own because I don't go to lunch to gossip with people about other people and that I don't really know or do know because they're not that important to me. So why would I be using my time, my energies on people that doesn't matter? It's like when people do all kinds of things to other people out of jealousy. Now you see on, like I mentioned the last tape, you see all this witchcraft. Why do you guys do that stuff? What the freak is wrong with people? It's anger and jealousy and envy. Why, if you are good, would you need to alter someone else's life or talk about them or put them down? I don't understand that. I guess I never will. I don't have the time of day to waste energy on people, so I wouldn't be one of those people that have to do things to you because you're not worth my time. I don't have time. I have time to make things right here on earth while I'm living and make a difference while you stay there and don't make a difference. So it's either one or the other. But anger and verbal abuse does equal fear. And when you lash out and criticize and belittle others, they in return will withdraw, shut down emotionally, or fight back. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't fight back because they weren't worth my energy, which I choose to tell you don't fight back. It's not worth it. Just withdraw. Yeah. You don't need to shut down emotionally either unless it's in a personal relationship that matters to you. Just withdraw. You say, you know what? You're not worth my time. I'm out. And if that person's out and you were worth their time, keep the door closed. They left. Bye. Sometimes it's a gold digger. They're going on to the next one. So just go. Say, yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's close that door. Never reopen that. All right. And other, as I was stating before, bad karma in relationships, unfaithfulness equals betrayal, a cycle that you cheat or betray trust over and over again. You, in return, will attract people who later do the same to you. So be very careful. When that person do the same to you, you're gonna sit back and go, "Wow, that happened to me before. I wonder if I could go back to that person I did it to." Oh no, doors shut. That's my personal, not experience, but my answer and opinion would be nope, door shut, sucker. I'm not going back to none of that. Yeah, I've been there years ago and I was like, no way, Jose. Once the door is shut for me, I shut it down, especially the people that don't appreciate my value. And if you have value in your own life, then you would do the same. But everybody's different. You grow, or some people still need to grow up. Like I said, we can remain girls and little boys, or we can become ladies and gentlemen. It's up to you. But growing isn't just machismo, or I'm getting this woman and I got all these girls or guys. That's not being a man and that's not being a woman. That's not growing up. That's being a girl and a little boy. Um, let's move on to now that finishes karma and bad karma in relationship. Like I said, betrayal cycle. You cheat or betray, someone will come back and do it to you, which is not worth it, because just when your heart think you're in it, then someone does it to you because you've done it to someone already. So if you've done it to someone already, expect it to be done back to you. I mean, it may not at that time, but it might at the time that you just never wanted to happen. It will, because that's karma. All right. Now we're going to do karma in everyday life. Karma shows up in our daily habits and interactions. Good karma in our everyday life is helping a coworker, a person, a family friend, or anyone. Um, and later, someone helps you when you need support. Good karma is returning lost money. You build a reputation of integrity. Good karma is being patient in traffic. You avoid accidents and stress. And we know that's hard. I know that's hard, but I try. I try real hard. Right there, moderator. I try being patient. That's one of the ones that I'm learning that lesson now, being patient in traffic, and not stressing there to get to work or get to my next step where I need to go. Good karma, complimenting others. I do it a lot to females because we need it, because we all so tacky to one another and catty. I choose not to be that type of way. If I think you look nice, I will tell you, wow, I like your outfit. You look cool. What you're wearing is hot, or things like that. I mean, it's nice. Sometimes people need that. You never know what they're going through. So complimenting others is good karma. You lift their mood and they too treat others better. It doesn't have to come back to you, but you're now teaching them to treat someone like you would want to be treated, or for instance, that person that's suffering inside would like to hear that they look nice. Give a smile to someone. They may need that smile. Donating food and clothes. This is beautiful. You feel abundance instead of lack. You do not have to have the abundance, but you feel that feeling if you've ever given before, because I have. Donating food and clothes is one of the most inspiring things I've done, because inside I know we all needed it at one time in our life, and I would never want anyone to suffer. So I'm gonna do what I can, and even if I never had the money, whatever amount I have, I'm giving someone, not to anyone. I mean, I'll donate what I have, what I'm not using, and I choose to do that on a generous level, not to get something back, because it's in us. We have it there, but some of us are so selfish we don't see it. When people what dropped out at the bad karma talk. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's okay. Some people dropped out at the bad karma. That's all right. I love you all. It's still good. You don't need to worry about it. If you did it, you can remake your story, rewrite it. It's all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna live. You're gonna survive. All right. That was a good comment. Yeah, I saw some people drop out on that. That's where people have refused to change, and that's okay. One day, like myself and like the rest of the world, we're gonna be forced to change. So it is what it is. Their loss, not mine. So the bad karma is negative actions generating obstacles, stress, or emotional suffering. Now, this bad karma on in our daily lives is something that I wanted to say. It's a little opposite of relationships. So with this one, it's stealing at work. You live in fear of being caught, always lack and lose opportunities. So if you're not getting the opportunities you look for, your promotion, most likely this is because you're stealing their work. Not all the time, but whatever you do comes back. You know what that is. I wouldn't. I'm just the messenger. All right. Speak badly about others, gossiping, like I said, talking down on people, talking over people. You become the target of the gossip, right? This is our everyday lives, right? Rather than speaking the good I just said on good karma, when you speak bad about others and gossiping, you become the target of gossip. Yep. I've seen that happen a lot. And then let's say you work in an industry where you have customers and not just the public um, coming in. Well, they are the public, but customers, you sell something. Cheating customers, you cheating. If your business cheats customers, your business eventually loses trust and income. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah. Being rude to service workers like myself, the public workers out here. We got a lot of DMV workers, we got court workers, we got woof, government workers all over the place, but these are the ones that are usually treated rude. The service workers, people stop helping when you need it. If you are being rude to service workers, people stop helping you when you need it. And I've done that before. It wasn't nice, but you're not going to come in. I've seen a lot of people say things when they go to an office and they plan on getting something, but they go irate, the people stop. They're not going to give you what you want. Why are you going there like you're in the street corners? You need something from somebody. What would being rude get you? I've never understood that, but people do it. I know they're angry. Sometimes I have to calm people down outside the courtroom, in the courtroom, and I say, listen, you're going to have to calm down. You're going to have to calm down, or I'm not going to see you today. And when we're finished, they're always apologetic. Judge Desire Fanon, I'm so sorry. You a really nice person after all. I didn't know because you're coming into an entity you don't know, and it's scary. The law is scary. So I try to calm down. When I can't, I walk away and I leave them there because they need to calm down. And when they calm down, I always fix their situation the best I can legally, what they're supposed to get from us. And they go, wow, I really never had someone treat me this nice. I said, because you want something, you come in here with respect. We both respect each other. And I just wanted to share that for service workers. We go through a lot as it is, but that's our job. But we don't deserve to be spat at or kicked or, disrespected because I've seen things like that happen. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Thank you, moderator. Yes, that is so true. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. And you can look that up in Google and you'll find out there's a lot of ignorance of the law going on. But either way, ignoring someone's pain, all right? We were just talking about ignoring people's pain, right? This is bad karma in our day-to-day lives. Later, when you need empathy, no one will show up to you. No one. So just remember being alone. Some people you can be alone and it's okay. I can too, but there's a different type of aloneness where you have strength and the other kind where it's a weakness because you've done what you've done to others. There's a difference. Um, and with that being said, how karma circles back to you is really different for everybody, but some karma really rarely returns. So you may not think it works because it doesn't return instantly for some, and it returns when you need to learn that lesson. I'm going to give you some examples of the lessons. Okay. You cheat in relationships, you get away with it initially. In return, later partners you date now cheat on you. Mm. You speak positivity, you feel good that day. In return, people want you around, opportunities open. So these are just going a return about good and bad karma. All right. You plant negativity, nothing obviously happens at first. In return, your life slowly fills with drama. So you plant negativity, that's bad, right? You help others with no reward, nothing in return immediately. But later, in return, someone helps you when no one else will. Now, that's very important that you hear this because there's always going to be a return, whether it be in good or bad karma. So, your best bet is, what do you choose? Which one do you choose? That's going to be really important for you. Just remember these principal keys. You receive what you send out. What you do in secret still counts. Intent plus action equals karma, and karma may return through different people, places, or things. So be careful with that. And you can't escape what you create, only transform it. All right. We can only transform it. So we can either believe in karma or not. In your mindset, everything we go through, work and everything, daily lives and our relationships, anything, um, we can believe it or not. And your mindset, every thought, every work and action plants a seed you can't control. So be careful with that when it grows, because it definitely will grow. And this is the most important part. Karma is not here to punish us, but to teach us. So let's learn that lesson together. I'm just Desire for Knowledge. I just want to share that um, my show next week will be on matrimonial law, and I'm going to bring in some evidence of what steps you need to take to protect yourself, which I know most of you do, but I'm going to give you examples that I've seen in the courtroom, because I was in matrimonial once. I was in all parts of the court. So I'm going to bring the ones that I was in more to you, and with the ones that I haven't been, at least I know how you can file your cases and stuff. So right now we're just going to go through that, and I'm going to bring evidence of real experiences and things that has happened and why you should protect yourself. So come check me out next Saturday on Legal Matters. It's going to be matrimonial law. Those that need to know if you're going to get married or you're not, but you want it for your future, or you, unfortunately, if you're getting divorced, then a few things in there will, and you're already married, hopefully will help you out. Um, but I just wanted to bring you the truth and nothing but the truth on Know Your Truth. Real Talk with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, is now adjourned. And I will see you all next week at 3 for On Legal Matters. All right. I hope to see you all there. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, and subscribe. IAAH Radio, thank you for joining me on the and tuning in. Download the app IAAH Plus and check me out every Saturday at 3 there and here on YouTube for Know Your Truth Real Talk. I only do On Legal Matters at the end of the month, and the holidays are coming. So I'm going to try to get that out. But bear with me. I got a lot of work doing behind the scenes, and I'm so glad to be here. I thank each and every one of you. Blessings to you all. Ciao.